What up, everyone? Shaq here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. He kind of schooled me the last time we did one of these, so let's see if I can hit it better the second time around.
There
He
we go.
is your former WWE World Heavyweight Champion and one half of the reigning, defending, undisputed NXT Tag Team Champions! Kofi
Hey,
Kingston, how's it going,
what's
my
up,
man?
man? Yeah, as a matter of fact, so I told you before, this is a very impromptu interview going on here. I'm in the back of my pickup truck. I'm not embarrassed to show my little backdrop here, and that reminded me because I just came back from NXT, you know, and I reach into my suitcase, which is in the back here, and there you are. There
Look at
you
that.
still. Look at us, man. Look at
You
us.
know, it's actually, I had all the light stuff to get to, but let's just dive right into it. Xavier Woods, he mentioned something that I thought was really exciting about your reign, and that is that you are the first single and tag team Triple Crown winner in WWE history. I think for a long time, fans were really waiting for Kofi Kingston to get that chance to run with the ball, and we got it at Kofi Mania. And I know that the aftermath kind of left a bad taste in some fans' mouths, but
Yeah.
at this point, like, I think it's undeniable. Kofi Kingston, little by little, has kind of snuck up and created this one of a kind Hall of Fame career. When you sort of clued in that you are now, the first time singles and tag team Triple Crown champion, how did that sort of frame your career for you?
It's crazy because it's not something that you ever like set a goal for. You know what I'm saying? But I've been really fortunate to have been around for so long, and yeah, I've been able to do a lot of cool things, and I've had a lot of great opportunities, and luckily I've been able to seize most of them and make the most out of them. And here we are, and especially like this one feels really special too because I haven't really been in the role of like the old school vet. You know what I mean? There's like a little bit of that with like Woods and E, but not really. I mean, we kind of like I see us all as really like equals. You know what I mean? In the terms of like the tenure and the journey that we had was all together, coming up together. But this role, getting to work with guys in NXT, it's really cool because it just kind of happened overnight. But the more I work with, Pretty Deadly or Briggs and Jensen or any of these guys, like a lot of the information that I'll give them, I realize like, hey man, oh, I guess I do. I guess I do know some things. You know what I mean? Like I've been around and I've been able to like get a lot of good information, and it's cool to be able to pass that on. So it's really cool. It's a really awesome position to be in. But again, like this is not a goal that I set. But I'm glad that we're here and we're able to talk about this. It's pretty awesome.
Now, obviously, there's always more to do. No one's suggesting that Kofi needs to hang things up. But let's just say if tomorrow you woke up and decided, you know what, I'm good, I'm going to go home, call it a day, would you be satisfied with completing the trophy case and everything you've done here?
I don't know. I don't know because I feel like part of me, yes, because I know how fortunate I am again to have been doing this for so long and to have done so many cool things. But I have a tendency to like not be satisfied with things, you know. So I don't know. We'll have to cross that bridge when it comes. But I guess from an accolades perspective, you can't really deny a lot of the things that I've done in my career, and becoming a household name on the roster has been really it's been pretty amazing, especially for the fact that I this is all that I've ever wanted to do when I was a kid. This was my dream, and every day I just try to do my best to maximize my dream so that when it is all said and done, I can look back and hopefully be proud of the things that I've been able to accomplish.
Is there one thing that's at the very top of the list right now for you?
That I haven't done,
Whatever
or
whatever the primary motivating driving
yeah,
factor is today.
man, I'm just a one day at a time type guy, man. People talk about like, oh, you got to set this goal because if you want to be WWE
The new
champion,
year.
like, it's and that's I don't believe in New Year's resolutions either because it's like it causes a state of like procrastination for people. Oh, I'll just wait till January. Why? Why? Even if it's like December, start. You know what I mean? Like that's the most important thing. Whenever you have something you want to accomplish, like start, take a step towards that goal. Like, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm still in the midst of it all. So it's very difficult to say like, okay, this is what I want to do. Because with experience, I've realized that things are so unpredictable within the landscape of WWE. So I don't know. The ability to adapt and adjust is more important to me than saying this is what I'm going to do and this is how I'm going to get there. Because oftentimes it doesn't really go that way.
Yes. Well, and I think a great example of just getting to the things you want to do now is the nonprofit that you and your mom are working on. Correct.
Yeah,
We're going to break that down in great detail. Before we do, the Royal Rumble is coming up. Obviously, in many ways, Kofi has become synonymous with it. And I kind of want to flip the question on its head because every year people are asking about the spots of past or the spots of the future. Someone threw something out on Reddit that I'm kind of curious about. We had John Morrison sort of kickstart all this a while back. You've really become the household name for it. If you were to sort of pass on the Kofi Rumble experience to one other superstar on the roster, who do you think is best equipped to take up the mantle?
oh boy, there's a lot of athletes. I mean, Ricochet can literally do anything. I wouldn't be surprised if like, he could fly, like actually levitate in real life, and he just hasn't broken it out yet. Because I'm just so impressed with the things that he's able to do, the way he's able to move. Literally every single match, he's able to contort his body in ways that are just like, I mean, impossible. They're video game moves. So I guess yeah, off the top of my head, I would probably say Ricochet. But really, it can be anybody. Like you don't have to be a gymnast or like like super duper nimble or agile to do what I do. It's just a matter of thinking of a way to like just do something unique. It might not be the most like athletic move or maneuver, but you just figure out a way to like use something around the ring and figure out a way to not get eliminated, and then it will be your thing. You know what I'm saying? So there's just like trying to figure out different ways to do some of the same things is that's what the challenge is, and even outside of just the Royal Rumble, with being a superstar in the WWE roster, like how am I going to make this ladder match better than the Hardys match? You know what I mean? Like, and that's a hard thing to do, but you think about things that they didn't do, and then you're like, okay, maybe I can do it in this way, and by the time it's all said and done, you've done something unique. So, um, yeah, I get yeah. Off the top of my head, I'll say Ricochet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good answer, solid answer, easy
yeah,
choice. You mentioned the ever-changing landscape of the WWE, and man, as the last 24, 48,
yeah,
72 hours kind of been in
yeah,
overdrive.
yeah,
Stephanie
man.
McMahon and Triple H stepped up in such a big way following Vince McMahon's exit, really kind of steadied that ship. I was just wondering if you could share your thoughts on Stephanie McMahon's resignation and what she meant to the company.
Yeah, Stephanie, I've been so lucky to have gotten to know Stephanie very well over the past 15 years. And her passion for the industry is just undeniable. I mean, obviously, it's the family business, but just listening to her talk, I'm even getting goosebumps thinking about it right now. But going to different events and listening to her talk about the impacts that we've made as a company, and just her experience going from a youth all the way to an adult, like WWE is her life, So she means a lot. She does so much for the company, whether a lot of it gets seen or not. She is part of the lifeblood that allows the WWE to exist. So her presence will be missed for sure. But I think she's earned the right to retire and enjoy her family life. And I'm happy for her in that sense. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see kind of like where things go. But like I said before, you don't know what's going to happen in WWE long term. So our role as superstars remains constant. Like we're gonna go out and put on the best matches possible, and tell stories in the ring and give people incredible memories, and give them reason to come back and to invest in our product. That's what we do. Regardless of what's going on around us, we go out there and we put on a great show. So I'm looking forward to being able to continue to go out and do that on the grandest stage of them all.
I'm not sure how much you can speak on behalf of others, but what is the general feeling like in the locker room between, rumors of a Saudi sale that have now been sort of like, whoa, jumping the gun there,
Yeah, right.
people coming back, people going, like, just how does that affect sort of the locker room environment for everyone?
I mean, I think like we kind of all have the same mentality, right? Like, whatever happens outside of the company is going to happen. We really have no idea like what's transpiring, but our role again remains the same, to just go out there and put on great matches. That is the one thing, like regardless of whoever's in charge or whoever owns this or that, you know what I mean? Like that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're always gonna do. So that is the most important thing. I think the mentality for us is just to kind of like, yeah, like you said, man, like laser vision and keep putting on great matches, So that's what we're gonna do.
And when you're not busy as a WWE superstar, I kind of teed it up. You and your mom have been working together on an initiative called Click to establish quality, award-winning computer labs and centers of learning, library, media centers, stuff like that for
Yeah.
junior high schools in Ghana, especially in the deprived areas. For you, obviously Ghana is home, was home. I'm sure in many ways still is home. Why the what did you identify as the biggest need there to sort of bring these computers and these library media centers to some of the more impoverished areas of Ghana?
Well, yeah, my mom, I'm lucky because I have a direct link to Ghana because my mom lives there now, and obviously she's been very connected there throughout the years. And when she tells me about some of the opportunities that are lacking in Ghana, I'm just like, man, like we in the United States and all over the world, we take so many things for granted. I can pull up my cell phone and I can have access to any information that I want to have. And to think that there are some kids who had never seen a computer, who had never been to a library, up until the age of like high school, like they didn't even like know what that was. So I'm like, man, like what can we do to, to minimize that? I think when you get into a position of celebrity, we have a social responsibility to positively impact the world. And I can't think of a better way to do that than, giving kids the opportunity to just succeed. Because a lot of times, kids are expected to pass the same like standardized testing and all that, but they haven't had the opportunities to even learn about what a computer is, and then you have to go out to a computer and take these tests. So we're just trying to give people, the children of Ghana like equal footing, and put them in a position to succeed by providing these computer labs and library centers. So the Click for Quality Education Foundation is the what my mom and I have started, and we're super excited about it. And it's going to be great. So yeah, like you said, man, we actually have a GoFundMe because even though we've gotten a lot of the basics and we have the building set up, we have a lot of the tools and everything up and running. We still actually need computers. We need different furniture, computer like charging station. There's a lot of like help that we need, and it's very difficult for me because I'm usually somebody that's like, you know what, I'll just do it all myself. I don't want to ask for any kind of help. It's a problem that I have. But the more my mother and I like do this, the more and further we get into this process, the more we realize that like, hey, we can't do it alone. So that's why we've been asking people for help. And the GoFundMe we have is at www.gofundme.com slash at click FQE, click for quality I keep saying entertainment, but education. Click for
Link in
quality
the
education.
bio.
Yeah, link in the
Just
bio.
click on the little
So
description here. We'll get that going for you.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Kofi, last thing, I know we're running a little short on time now. Obviously, your roots are in Ghana, but that is not exactly how you portrayed yourself upon your debut in the
Yeah,
WWE.
yeah.
Someone posed an interesting question. I want to give them a shout out on Reddit. You played a Jamaican character earlier in your career. Has there ever been a time when you were out in public in those early stages and you ran into a Jamaican fan who was caught completely off guard?
Yeah, there several times. Yeah, yeah. I think like the thing about Jamaican and the dialect that they speak with the patois and everything, you can turn it on and turn it off in a lot of different cases. So uh, people would speak to me in the dialect, and I'm like, oh. And then when they would hear me speak, they're like, wait a minute, something's kind of off. Wait a minute. And I feel like they knew, but it wasn't any like, it was never any kind of animosity or anything like that. Although I was very terrified that like the Jamaicans would be really, really angry with me.
Hmm.
I actually went to Jamaica at one point. And I'm like, oh my God, like this, I can't believe this. I had an appearance there. And I was trying to tell people, I'm like, like that they know I'm not Jamaican now, but they welcomed me in with open arms. I think they love the entertainment, the value that we provide as WWE superstars, and they were just happy that someone was, out there portraying a Jamaican in a positive light. Luckily. But yeah, it got pretty awkward sometimes coming across different Jamaicans when they didn't know that I was in fact not from Jamaica. But it's all good now.
Love it. Shot in the dark. Does the 17th annual hot dog safari in Suffolk Downs mean anything to
Hey,
you?
the hot dog safari. Yeah, man. This was like when I was first coming up. This was in Massachusetts when I was learning the ropes. And we didn't really have a whole lot of like experience, but I got to go out there and perform in front of people who were there to eat hot dogs. And we set up a wrestling ring in the middle of the entire like festival, and we were wrestling matches. It seems like such a long, long time away, but yeah, it was definitely a good time.
Look at that. 2000, shout out to 2006. What a
Yeah,
time to be
man.
alive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
I was so
Kofi, I want
green.
to leave you with the last word. I know we're out of time. I'll do my part very quickly. Guys, thank you so much for checking out the video. If you're still here, you know what you got to do. Subscribe, tap the notification bell, thumbs up. Let us know in the comments. If not Ricochet, who should take over for Kofi Kingston when the day comes at the Royal Rumble spots? GoFundMe link to support Kofi and his mom's cause in the description of this video. Shout out to CBS Sports for supporting the channel as always. Kofi Kingston, ahead of the Royal Rumble, your organization click. Still missing the $20 from Mia Yim, I hear. If there's anything you want to
Whoa,
let the
oh
fans
yeah, yeah.
know, please let
Whoa,
them know.
we're it's way over $20 now. Come on now, you know about
Interest?
interest, late fees and all that. It's way above 20. I don't want to get into like exactly how much she owes me, but she owes me a lot more than $20 now. She's been trying to avoid, but the late fees have been piling up. So yeah, she got to pay up now. I know she got
There's
it.
a,
I know she got the
there's a
money
good
now.
there's a good
So
GoFundMe donation there,
there's
perhaps.
yeah, 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 man. But yeah, no, thank you for the interview for sure, and to everyone out there who's already donated to Click FQE, thank you so very much. Every donation, every dollar that goes into this organization is going to go towards doing something very very incredible and very special. So I thank everybody who's already given, and if you can't give, that's okay too. Like just spread the word and let people know what we're doing, because every ounce, like I said, everything helps. So thank you in advance for donations. Thank you if you have donated. And thank you for spreading the word.